Ever wondered why centralized decision-making in the current root network of Bittensor might be limiting? Let's delve into the current system. Right now, we've got a root network structure where 64 validators hold the power to decide how TAO tokens are distributed among subnets. These validators assign weights to different subnets, effectively centralizing decision-making power and potentially limiting diverse perspectives. Sounds a bit restrictive, doesn't it? This structure can lead to biases and even inefficient resource allocation. Why? Because decision-making is concentrated among a select few validators. In essence, the current system can sometimes act as a bottleneck, limiting the potential of our network and its resources. Now, imagine a system where this power isn't centralized, where every stakeholder has a say, and resource allocation is more democratic and efficient. That's where Dynamic TAO comes in. Dynamic TAO, or DTAO, revolutionizes how we govern and distribute resources in our decentralized AI network. Instead of a centralized validation where a limited number of validators decide, DTAO empowers TAO holders to directly influence subnet funding. How? Through a market-driven model that's more democratic and efficient. Imagine TAO holders being able to stake or withdraw their tokens from different subnets based on their needs and market demand. With DTAO, it's a reality. We're moving to a pool-based system where TAO tokens are staked into pools, converting them into subnet-specific dynamic TAO tokens. This change aligns subnet rewards with real-time demand and stakeholder preferences. In essence, DTAO decentralizes decision-making power, making it more inclusive and diversified. This new structure also helps mitigate the limitations and biases of the current system, making resource allocation more efficient. So, how exactly does this new system operate? Let's dive into the mechanics of Dynamic TAO. At the heart of this new system are pools, each one linking TAO with a subnet-specific dynamic TAO token. The exchange rate between these two adjusts dynamically based on demand, encouraging quality contributions. Think of it as a market-driven approach to resource allocation. Now let's talk about emission distribution. New TAO emissions are influenced by the exchange rates across these pools. In simple terms, subnets with higher demand will receive more rewards. This mechanism ensures that subnet incentives are always aligned with value creation. Lastly, let's discuss supply dynamics. Dynamic TAO tokens follow a controlled emission schedule, similar to TAO. Half of the supply goes to the pools, while the other half incentivizes validators and miners. This balanced distribution maintains network stability while promoting participation and engagement. But how do we transition from the current system to this new one? Smooth transition is key when implementing a new system like DTAO. This is why we have the STAO phase, an intermediary step that allows stakeholders to refine and adapt their funding across subnets. This phase ensures a less abrupt shift and more control over the transition process. Next, we introduce a phased emission shift. At the start, only a minuscule 1% of emissions will be shifted to DTAO, leaving 99% in the existing system. This cautious approach maintains stability while building confidence in the new system. Finally, we have the incubation approach. This is for subnets that lack immediate business models. They can be temporarily incubated within the root network before making a full transition to the new system. This approach is designed to eventually scale up to 1,024 subnets. But what's the real advantage of this new system? Dynamic TAO brings several benefits to Bittensor's network, but it also raises some concerns. On the plus side, DTAO introduces market-driven funding. This means decision-making is moved to individual stakeholders, ensuring resources go where value is truly created. It also reduces centralization. By dispersing decision-making, DTAO mitigates cronyism and promotes a more inclusive ecosystem. Furthermore, DTAO pools stabilize subnet token prices and reward subnet owners for balancing inflow and outflow, enhancing liquidity. However, there are concerns. For instance, some fear that uninformed participants might follow social trends rather than insights. Over time, though, market incentives are expected to align better. Also, as validators already manage 32 subnets, expanding to hundreds requires careful planning and tools for efficient decision-making. Lastly, subnet tokens may raise securities concerns due to their nature, but the structure is designed to align incentives while ensuring fairness. All of this is made easier with the GDT abstraction layer. To simplify management and conversion, we introduce the global Dynamic TAO abstraction layer. This ingenious layer offers a unified view of total stakes across various subnets, all in TAO terms. It's like having a bird's-eye view of the entire ecosystem, making it easier to comprehend the distribution of resources. This layer is the crucial bridge that connects the intricate world of subnet stakes to the simplicity of TAO. In conclusion, Dynamic TAO is a game-changer, making resource allocation more democratic and efficient in Bittensor's decentralized AI network.